staying with us, and a warm welcome to those who've just joined us. Now, Mdantsane residents have accused the Buffalo City Municipality of ignoring their cries for help. Residents of the township and surrounding communities have been protesting against crime, ailing healthcare and billing errors. Ronald Masinda is monitoring these service delivery protests in Mdantsane, and he joins us now live from there. And Ronald, I see already there behind you an abandoned area there, in terms of service delivery when it comes to housing in Mdantsane.
Yes, indeed, and that is one of the concerns here in Mdantsane, where we have seen also there are issues of land invasions that have taken place, where many people say that they don't have anywhere else to go, so they go to abandoned land. But what this creates is problems for the municipality, who have repeatedly said that they cannot afford to bring services to people who live on properties or land that is vacant, and that some of the land that is vacant is not even conducive to build houses. One of them is the Manyano informal settlement. Now, we visited that particular area earlier this morning, where we spoke to residents, and one of the biggest concerns is with the issue of electricity, where there are electricity cables which are illegally connected. And this in the past has also seen children succumbing to death because of these electric cables lying loose, especially when it rains. It poses a serious danger. And having spoken to residents, there was a bit of chaos when we entered that area. Some are divided as to whether or not the councillor is doing her best to assist residents. One of the community leaders told us earlier on that some of the residents are reluctant to engage with the councillor, and that there have been meetings to try and relocate them out of that area, and those calls have fallen on deaf ears. While some of the residents saying that the community leaders are in cahoots with these councillors because they are benefiting financially from the information that these councillors give them. Of course, we've been trying to speak to councils, but what the BCM, the Buffalo City Metropolitan Municipality, told us today is that they are trying to deal with many of these service delivery issues in and around the metro, but their concerns are that some of these service delivery protests hinder the genuine service delivery that they are trying to create for communities. But some of the community members are not buying it, and one of them is Rwanda Jack, who we spoke to earlier.
They want to deliver services. There's no one causing disruptions. You can see right now, there's something that is bad happening now. So what are these services that they are talking about? Because you can see even now, like a good example here next to me. So what are these services that they are bringing to the society? There's no service they are bringing to the society.
So he asked what services they're talking about, Ronald, basically saying that there are no services that the municipality actually gives that community. And as you drove around, did you see any services that are being granted to that community?
So we did see some services being done at some of the communities, but here in Mdantsane we haven't really seen much activity. But it's not only the issue of service delivery, but also the billing system issue, and this has been an issue that has been going on for many years. Now, one family that we spoke to earlier from Duncan Village, they were saying that their bill has now exceeded the 500,000 Rand mark, and that they are living in a mixed development where there are actual houses as well as informal settlements. And their concerns are that some of these services are being used illegally by people living in informal settlements. And now this also seems to exacerbate some of the billing issues that they have experienced. Such bills as water. We also have seen quite a number of erected electric cables to these informal settlements, and this has also led to deep divisions within these communities. So they are calling for the municipality to intervene. We do know that, in fact, last week there was a group of people who stormed into the municipal building. They've since created a WhatsApp group where there are people who are dealing with these billing issues. Some of them elderly, and the elderly that we spoke to recently, they say that their health has deteriorated because of these billing issues, exorbitant amounts of 200 to even 500,000 rand. So they say a lot of them, they don't live as a huge households, and they don't understand why they have to incur so much billing. And these are some of the questions that we'd like to ask the Buffalo City Metropolitan Municipality. But Princess Faku, the mayor of the municipality, has made it her priority to deal with these issues. So we are hoping to speak to her during the course of the next few days, Maseko, as to how she will be dealing with these matters.
All right, Ronald Masinda live for us there in Mdantsane in the Eastern Cape.